Hi, how you doing? My name is Gary, or as the Slingshot people call me, Flatband. Uh, I've been making slingshots and shooting them and collecting them since I was 8 years old. I'm in my late 50s now and still love them just as much. Anyway, I see a lot of videos on YouTube about shooting slingshots and, different designs and hunting and stuff like that. And I figured, with all these people getting involved with slingshots, and there is a significant amount of people around the world getting involved in slingshots now, which is very good for us. I think it would be nice to bring it back to basics. There's different designs and stuff like that that people don't know about, different slang terminology. So we'll just go real quick and see what's going on. This here is a basic slingshot. This is a basic tree fork slingshot. This is an old dogwood slingshot, very popular wood for slingshots in the United States. This is a dogwood branch, and you just dry it out and put the old tire inner tubes on. This thing must be about 75 years old. This is really old. And but this is what they used to make them out of, just regular tree forks with an old tire inner tube and a pouch. Well, later on we'll get different attachment styles and stuff, but right now we'll go just with the different styles of slingshots. This is a wireframe slingshot. This is if anybody's from the big city, like I am, New York metro area. When you were growing up, you had these. These were basically a coat hanger with some office rubber bands tied together and an old piece of leather from a shoe tongue, an old shoe. And that's what we used to use. And I tell you what, these things can shoot. We used to shoot paper clips and other stuff out of them, but these things can really go with little pebbles and stuff like that. They really shoot well. And that's basic. And then now we got into these new ones. This is a board cut. It's not really too new. It's from the 40s, 30s and 40s all the way up. This is a board cut slingshot. Regular board. You go to a lumber store, get a board, line it out, make a mark out, trace out what you want. Then you cut it out. This one happens to be 2 slots for band attachment. And they're good. What's great about these, you can form it the way you want. You can form it to your own hand, put grips on it, stuff like that. And this is probably one of my favorite ways of making slingshot. Then you got another form of wood lumber, like using board cuts. This is a laminate. The craftsman who made this had 3 pieces of thin lumber, glued them together, pressed them, clamped them all up, then sanded it all around, rounded it all out, decided the shape he wanted, put bands on it, and got himself a nice serviceable slingshot. Really nice. This happens to be a design by Bill Harriman, and it was copied with his permission by another craftsman from Kentucky, and he made this very nice slingshot. I call it a chocolate cookie wafer slingshot. Looks like a little cookie wafer. Cool. Then you got another board cut. This is a pocket shooter. The slingshot guys call this a pocket shooter, because as you can see, it is really small. Your hand can wrap around the whole thing, which is really good. People worry about hitting their hands, but you really, this is the higher up you can get on a fork is better. The more stability you're going to get. So that's a pocket shooter. Then we got here's one from India. This is a buffalo horn slingshot. The guy who made this just polished it out, spent hours and hours carving it. So basically, you can make a slingshot out of anything as long as the material's strong enough and firm enough. We have people make denim with epoxy, old denim jeans, put epoxy in them and firm them up with other pieces and line them together, press them real hard together, make it harden up, and they make slingshots out of it. So anything that's safe enough and it's going to hold the bands, it can be made into a slingshot. This is a wireframe slingshot. This is an old curtain. I found a steel 3/16 rod going through it. I says, hey, made a slingshot out of it, formed it, made it in. These things are nice. You can put your bands on this way, or you can put them on top, put them this way. Put a hunk of tape around it. Got a slingshot. There's another one. This is made out of 3/8 aluminum. I bent this in a vise. If you go nice and slow, you'll have no problem. You'll make it, and I wrap some tape around it. Put the bands on here. Like I said in another video, we'll show you how to, attach the different bands. And there's all types of different bands, all types of different rubber, all types of different attachments. It's not your simple fork stick anymore. This is I call this a Chinese pretzel slingshot. This is a very popular design in China. Looks like a pretzel to me, so I called it a pretzel slingshot, and the name kind of stuck. It's got double tubes on it. Small little slingshot, but they get some good speed out of these things. Nice little slingshot. This is all stainless steel, made and formed out of stainless steel. They get a jig, they bend it all around, form it all up. But pretzel slingshot's really good. Really nice, easy band attachment. You can take the bands off in 2 seconds. Got a little slit here, stretch them, pop it off, done. Then we get into the big guys. We get into these are a wrist brace. Everybody calls them wrist rockets and this and that. They're not all called wrist rockets. Everybody calls them wrist rockets, but they're not wrist rockets. Wrist rocket is a brand name. just like when you put a Band-Aid on your finger. Everybody calls it a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a brand name, but this Slingshot is a foldable wrist-based slingshot, and you see how it comes out like that. And it folds up like that. You know, you can stick it in your backpack, stuff like that. It's good, you know. Makes it work, you know, work nice. And this brace is on here for stability. See that? By pulling this, it pushes against you. So instead of just having all the pressure on your wrist like this, you have this brace, and this brace takes all the pressure off. So you can pull a lot stronger bands, and you keep a lot steadier, you know. Then you get into bigger ones. This is also a wrist brace, but this is an adjustable wrist brace. We call these starships, by the way, because they look a little bit like the Starship Enterprise, you know, with the two nacelles coming back, the two engines. So we kind of named this one the Starship. But this is adjustable. It has two nuts right there. You loosen it up. You can put the fork closer, then the handle this way, move it up. I got them extended all the way out. I like them fully extended. In fact, I modified this a little bit. I like everything parallel. These forks have to be parallel to this, and everything has to be like streamlined. So that's what I did with these. You can put these bands on top. You can put them on the side. Like I said, we'll get into attachments. This is a big Starship. This is a very, very powerful slingshot. This is a big extended fork, a big Starship. You can get speeds well in excess of 350, 340 feet per second with this. This thing goes. You can see how much stretch you get on this. I mean, that thing is out like 50-something inches. I mean, it can go. This will fly. But that's basically just a few different slingshots we got. And I hope you liked my first video. Now I'll check it out and see I don't look like a complete fool, and then maybe I'll make another one. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye.